The Jimmy Kimmel Live! Studio in Hollywood buzzed with the electric hum of a balmy late summer night on June 2, 2025. The iconic blue-lit stage aglow under a canopy of spotlights that danced across the gleaming desk and plush guest couches, where the faint scent of fresh popcorn from the audience concessions mingled with the subtle citrus whiff of Jimmy Kimmel's aftershave. Jimmy Kimmel, the 57-year-old late-night king with his tousled dark hair and a tailored black suit that screamed casual cool, strode onto the set with his signature smirk, his eyes twinkling under the lights as he riffed on the day's headlines. The live crowd, a raucous blend of LA influencers, comedy diehards, and curious celebs clutching glowing phone screens, howling at his monologue jabs about Ben Affleck's latest brooding cameo. The applause thundered as Jennifer Lopez, the 55-year-old Bronx bombshell turned global icon, made her grand entrance. Her hourglass figure poured into a shimmering silver gown that hugged every curve like a second skin, her honeyed waves cascading over one shoulder, bold red lips curved in a megawatt smile, diamond chandelier earrings, Ben's wedding gift, swaying as she enveloped Jimmy in a theatrical hug, their decades-long friendship from award show roasts adding a layer of faux fraternal familiarity to the fanfare. J.Lo was there to promote her explosive new Netflix thriller, Siren's Reckoning, a high-octane revenge saga where she played a betrayed spy unleashing hell on her ex's empire, already generating Oscar whispers for its raw take on female fury. The cheers crested as she settled into the couch, legs crossed with diva grace, the cameras zooming in on her radiant poise, Jimmy launching with his velvet hammer. J.Lo, from on the floor to off the rails, your movie's got more twists than your love life. Spill, house channeling that siren rage after the Affleck I'll redo. She laughed, a husky cascade that filled the studio, leaning forward with sultry savvy as she dished on the film's fight choreography. Ben coached my knife skills, said I was deadlier than his poker face, drawing belly laughs that rippled through the rows, the audience eating up her blend of Bronx bite and Hollywood gloss. Guillermo Rodriguez, Jimmy's sidekick, popped in with a cheeky sombrero gag about J.Lo's Latin lover lore, but Jimmy, his inner provocateur perking up like a late-night radar for ratings, swirled his water glass and steered sharper. Rage is right, your flick's all about payback. But let's get real. After 4 weddings and that Vegas vow renewal with Ben, ever feel like life's scripted you for the ultimate rom-com revenge plot? Or is J.Lo finally off book? The quip landed light as a teaser trailer, the crowd tittering, J.Lo's red lips pursing in a playful pout as she parried. Jimmy, scripts. Life's improv. Ben and I ad-libbed the forever part. Sirens about owning the plot twists, not plotting revenge. The vibe vibrated with velvet voltage at first, but Jimmy's grin lingered, the air subtly thickening with the undercurrent of tabloid teases, Affleck's absences, Lopez's loneliness leaks, producers in the booth eyeing the spiking social metrics. This wasn't mere midnight mirth. It was a masterclass in media melee where Kimmel's cheeky chicanery met Lopez's fortified fire, the first faint fuse fizzling toward the flare-up that would floor the format into fiery folklore. As the monologue's momentum merged into the interview's interlude, the Kimmel set's sardonic sparkle began to sizzle with sharper sparks, Jimmy Kimmel leaning back with theatrical tilt, his suit jacket slung over the chair like a discarded dare, while Jennifer Lopez maintained her diva demeanor, silver gown shimmering like armor under assault, the audience's laughter now a jagged jazz underscoring the uptick in unease. Guillermo lumbered in with a light lob about J.Lo's dance moves, teach me the Jenny from the block jig, prompting her to rise and demo a hip shake that had the crowd whooping, her laughter husky and genuine as she quipped about Ben's 2 left feet tango, drawing hoots that hushed into hangs when Jimmy snatched the reins with a tablet thrust forward, its screen ablaze with X-memes mocking her serial spouse, saga, jigs jiggy, Jen, but let's jive to the juice. Your siren slaying X is on screen, off it, for Mr. Writes in a Vegas vow 2.0 with Ben. Fans fist pump the firecracker, but foes finger it as fairy tale fatigue. Ever echo the irony, scripting sirens while life's looped you in love's little death row. The juice juiced jaggedly, the gallery gasping in a gradient of guffaws and gripes, a smattering of oohs from the back rows blending with wary whispers as J.Lo's earrings stilled, her red lips curving into a crimson crescent of controlled irony. Jimmy, the irony's in the ink slinging, J.Lo jinx, while ignoring the independence I inked first. Sirens about rising from the rubble, not rubbing salt in old rings. Kimmel's cackle cracked like a comic's coup, Rebel. Honey, your Rebel's romantic, rom-com reboots with Puff, Chris, Mark, now Ben's Bennifer 2.0. I scripted my own sequel with Molly, yours feels like a franchise flop waiting for the finale. Own the rom-com remix, or is that too unsiren? The remix remixed raw, the crowd fracturing into factions, rom-com romantics roaring approval, Lopez loyalists leaning with loyal ire, alone, get her, Jimmy. Slicing the suspense as J.Lo's cheeks kindled crimson, her retort rising resolute, flop. You flop the facts, flopping on the fortitude of flipping scripts solo, from In Living Color to This Couch. I've built empires from X's echoes, you echo easy laughs on latest losses. The losses lashed back, the house lights humming hotter, the control room's X feed flickering with hashtag J.Lo vs Jimmy flares from furtive feeds, memes of Kimmel's tablet as truth teaser, toasting Lopez's earrings as diva daggers. Kimmel surged, undaunted, losses. Your losses loop like a bad edit, editing out the why of the weddings while wedding us to the what ifs. I lost my mom to cancer, rebuilt with ridicule. Your rebuilds remixing Mr. Wrongs into memoir merch, admit the remix, or is that too J.Lo? Lopez's hand hovered, bracelet blazing like a beacon, remix. The remix was the media mandate, mandating my marriages is must-see mess. This isn't late night, it's a low blow from a late bloomer. Gasps gilded the gallery, the set's synergy shredding as the skirmish escalated from epigrams to eviscerations, Kimmel's comedic cruelty clashing Lopez's luminous legacy, every salvo a swing toward the snap where banter broke into the brutal boot that would brand the broadcast a benchmark of brawls. The interview's inferno ignited like a siren's scream, the clock crested 11:52 p.m. as Jimmy Kimmel vaulted from his vantage with vaudeville venom, tablet tumbling like a tipped truth bomb, his suit rumpled in the rage, low blow. Jen, your blow's the box office bomb, bombing through bows for buzz while we buy the breakup blues. I echoed empty nests into empire, you echo X's into endless encores. You're done here, no more diva decibels drowning the desk. Lopez unleashed her lore, lunging to her length with lethal grace, gown glittering like a grenade's gleam, mic unmasked with a misty manifesto, done. Your desks dipped in disdain, dismissing divas for demographics. Viewers, vibe with victories veiled in valor, not vexation. The gallery geysered into gale force glee and grief, a whirlwind of Jimmy's got jokes. And J.Lo, slay, gizmos a gauntlet of grabbed glares as she stormed stageward, heels hammering a heroic hymn, her red lips roaring a requiem to the lens, late night. More like late to the lesson. Good night, greet with grace, not grudge. Kimmel, unyielding in the uproar, unleashed the ultimatum, grudge. Guards, guide her out, Kimmel's no kennel for Kennedy Center snubs, weave kicks without the kickback. The decree drew doorman from the dim, the din detonating in decibels of devotion and disdain, Guillermo's, ay, caramba. Clanging over the chaos as the cut commandeered to canned clips of quirky quips on quinoa and quantum. Upheaval unfurled unbound. X appended with hashtag J.Lo destroys Kimmel hurtling to heavenly heights, hijacked highlights harvesting hectadons by high midnight, memes of Kimmel's tablet as truth torrent, toasting Lopez's gown as siren shrapnel. ABC's airways ached under assault avalanches, Netflix's sirens, streams surging in scandal synergy, Lopez's limo-bound tweet, a starry skyline, captioned, reckoning's mine, raking realms. Kimmel, kingpin in the kerfuffle, kibitz to the quiet, night's nitpick, nerds, truth's the tonic, his exhale, at J.Lo, encore. No hard haymakers, heralding heresy hives from host hardies to diva devotees. Tabloids from TMZ to The Hollywood Reporter thrashed the tempest, J.Lo jettisons Kimmel, siren's savage slam, dissecting the destruction in kinetic keyframes, Ben Affleck's brooding post a hushed, my muse marches, Hollywood handlers humming at Lopez legacies. Yet yonder the yowl, a yearning yarn yielded. This wasn't network nonsense but a nexus of newsman's nudge on notoriety's narrative, Kimmel's comedic cruelty carving Lopez's luminous legacy in a cataclysm of media motifs, motive masked by melee, metal mauled for metrics. Sponsors like Siren Syndicate spiked, Kimmel's kingdom kindled, but the twinge throbbed, a throbbing thesis on talk's tangle, kicking not the crescendo but the coda's critique. As Hollywood's haze hung heavy, the hullabaloo hewed a hymn. In the coliseum of candid cleavages, destructions dazzle the destroyed, Lopez's luminous lunge a legend over laceration, mustering a mockery mad multitude to muse mercy over the merciless maw of mockery in the menagerie of modern media myths.